barking drove everyone crazy. Jasmine. Annoying.
Hey, that's me.
Not. Yeah.
Loud.
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 Uh-huh. Okay, what did I just say? I need you with me for now, okay? I'll give you a chance to work with your neighbor. We have a partner project later, but right now I need you to focus with me. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's get some prior knowledge in here. Something that we already know about dog barking. Has anyone ever experienced just like you're trying to sleep, or you're trying to do something and focus on something, and there's this dog that's just
Yesterday.
off in the distance? So it is annoying, it is loud, but what is it about that barking that really drives you crazy? Yeah.
Keeps on going on and on.
It goes on and on and on and on, right? So if a dog barked for like a minute or two, you'd be like, whatever, it's a dog, it's what dogs do. But if it's just continuous, just over and over, just for hours and hours and hours, that's what really drives you crazy, right? So the word I'm thinking of is constant. You guys know what constant means, yes?
No. Kind of.
Yes?
I've heard of constantly, but
Constant kind of means it's just continuous, doesn't end, doesn't stop, and incessant means kind of the same thing. It just doesn't stop. It just keeps going, and you're just like, oh my gosh, when will it stop? When will it end? Right? So the dog's incessant, constant barking drove everyone crazy. So you guys did really well with these. I think you guys went on the right track. I think the definitions that you came up with fit the sentence well enough that you can kind of understand what it means, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys all remember context clues. We've done it several times. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And this warm-up actually fits what we're going to do today really well, because the skill that we are learning today is very, very, very closely related to context clues. In fact, it is so closely related to context clues that I didn't even make a new set of guided notes for you. Because you can just use your context clues guided notes for this one, because it's so similar. The skill we're learning is multiple meaning words. And the difference between this and context clues, the only real difference is that you have to be aware that some words have more than one meaning. Like, for example, metal. When you hear the word metal, you usually think of what? Chelsea?
Metal, like the word metal, like this kind of metal.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
steel,
like
tin, aluminum, copper, iron. Yeah, So that's what you usually think when you hear the word metal, but in this case, metal meant something different. Now, multiple meaning words is going to be even trickier because the words are going to be spelled exactly the same. For example, I don't know if you remember the pre-test that we took at the very beginning of the trimester. There's a question that asked you about a polar bear. Do you guys remember the polar bear? Do you guys remember reading about global warming?
No.
It was a while ago. So listen with me, please. Okay. It was a while ago, but there was a passage that you read about global warming, and in that passage about global warming, there was a polar bear.
Oh yeah.
Chelsea remembers, yeah. And it asked you, the sentence I believe was something like the polar bear fasted, or the polar bears fast during the winter. That's it, right? Polar bears fast during the winter. So it had this word fast, and it asked you what the word fast meant in the context of the sentence. Now, what's the meaning of the word fast that we're familiar with? Oh, okay. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us. What's the word fast? What's the meaning of the word fast? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think that fast means like going like at a very big speed.
Like big speed? What's another word for that? A certain pace. Quick? Yeah. Quick was kind of the synonym I was looking for there. So fast usually means quick. Like I run fast, I run quickly, right? So that's what we're familiar with. But it doesn't make sense in the context of that sentence. Polar bears quick during the winter. Does that make sense? No. No, it doesn't really make sense. Partly because quick is a adjective, or quickly would be an adverb, right? But fast, in the context of the sentence, is being used as a different part of speech. Polar bears fast during the winter. Does a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb in that sentence?
Wait, no, doesn't,
Yeah.
so fast, like, I think I know what it means, but not like quick.
Okay, pause. Pause there. We'll get back to you in just a minute. First, I want to know what the, because the first step for context clues is always to figure out what's the part of speech, because we want to make sure that the synonym matches, right? If I say polar bears fast during the winter, is fast being used as a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb?
No, now.
Anyone else? It's something the polar bears are doing, so it's a verb, right?
So,
Polar bears fast during the winter. So, you can see that the definition of the word fast that we're familiar with doesn't match the part of speech. They don't match, right? Verb, adjective, adverb, they don't match. So, we need to figure out a different meaning for the word fast. Chelsea, now you can share your thought.
well, like, don't polar bears sleep during the winter?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's
So-
means that out of sleep.
Maybe that would be good for the context using your prior knowledge there. I'm gonna give this one away just so you can think about it. We'll have plenty of chances to practice finding the multiple meanings. But what fast meant in the context of this was to go without eating. To go without. Have you guys? Do you guys know anyone Catholic? Catholics sometimes they fast, and it means they go without eating for a certain period of time. Like if you go without food for 7 days, you're fasting for 7 days. Has anyone ever heard of this?
No.
Know anyone who's ever done it?
No.
You what?
Wouldn't eat food.
Yeah. So Cesar Chavez, that's what you're talking about? Yeah. That's an excellent example. Usually you fast for moral or religious reason. Like Lent.
What's that?
Lent is not the best example because you only go without one thing, but it's a Catholic thing where for 40 days they decide one thing that they really love and they're going to go without. Like some people do chocolate,
Oh my gosh, I can't do
going
that.
without chocolate for 40 days, going without pizza for 40 days. Yeah. And it's just to show their dedication to their faith.
Oh my god.
Right. Now, polar bears fast, but polar bears probably don't do it for religious reasons, right? Right?
That's
Right.
weird.
Polar bears do it because they're too busy sleeping. Because they eat and eat and eat, and in fact most types of bears, they eat and eat and eat during spring, summer, and fall, and then during the winter they sleep. And they're so busy sleeping that they don't eat. Right? And in fact they hibernate so that they don't have to eat because food is harder to get during the winter. So they sleep so that they don't have to go out and find food. Right? Making sense so far? Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on so we have enough time to do what we need to do. To get us started on the skill, I need you to turn to page 2 in your workbooks. Page 2. Page 2.
Yeah.
Kind of jumping around a little bit in his workbooks. On page 2, you have a warm-up. Different from this warm-up, it's just a little kind of get you on the right track. And it is asking you to think of 2 different meanings for the word bat. Write a sentence for each meaning and then sketch a picture to represent the meaning of the word as it is used in the sentence. So you're going to think about 2 different meanings for the word bat, write me a sentence for each, and draw me a picture for each. I'm going to give you next 3 minutes to do that. So go ahead and get your pencil out, get started, think about 2 different meanings for the word bat. Yes. bat, what do you think about it? Yeah, so describe a bat. And then think of the other kind of bat. Yours.
Freaking liar. I put it on. So I was like, so do you think of like
What?
so do you guys think of like
No, just think of a sentence that uses the word bat.
so like this? No, definitely like that.
Well, to make a complete sentence, you would say kind of statement that is.
Black animal with
Right, because that's not a complete sentence by itself.
This looks like a person with a bow on his head. Can you just write the picture and draw it?
Write me a sentence that uses the word bat, and then a picture that shows me what it is. And you'll have to do that for each meeting.
I'm serious.
Give you another minute or two to finish this up. Make sure you're staying focused and on task. I don't mind if you talk a little bit with your neighbor at this time, as long as you're staying focused. Looks good to me, yeah? Okay, now you gotta work on the other one. Looks like that one's nice.
Over there. It's so. There we go.
Yep. Quickly though, because you only got a minute left.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know how to smell.
It doesn't have to be pretty, it just needs to show me what it is. I mean, make it pretty if you want.
Oh, I'm trying to make it like. How do you draw a bat? I don't know how to draw a bat.
What do you use it for? What sport do you watch? Yeah, go. Yep, there you go. Yeah, that would work.
Any of your kids want a bag? You want one? They're nice little bags they're nice bags for summer to put their wet clothes in.
Oh, yeah, you go swimming.
Ooh, I can go to school. She gave me one.
Oh. Let me see this. So note what it says on the front. Summit. You guys know about Summit?
They give these away for free. Does
Summit
anybody else
is
want
the-
another one? Two of them for brother or sister? Okay, I'll go get some for you.
Summit is the after-school program. You can come, you can do arts, you can do robotics. I'm actually teaching Summit. I'm doing music. Right? So is anyone here in orchestra or band? Yeah, you guys are in band, right? If you want extra help with your music, if you come to Summit on Thursdays, I can help you out with your music. Yeah, we're gonna do like some extra practice so you guys are ready for your concert. Well, we can talk more about that tomorrow.
You can even use these for your groceries. Instead of buying big sacks.
Circle.
We got more.
Okay, yeah, I'll take them. See if I know what other people are.
I'll use
Hey,
a small
Zach.
pocket.
Alright, so let's go ahead and refocus here. Share with me one meaning of the word bat that you know. Jesus,
A baseball bat.
a baseball bat. Share with me your sentence.
Want to play baseball? I'll bat first.
Okay, guys, I know we just got new bags and it's super exciting, but I need you to focus here. Okay? Focus. Let's put those away. Let's put them under our desks so they're not distracting. So we do have to get through this lesson. We don't have a whole lot of time left. Okay? Jesus, what did you say?
Want to play baseball? I'll bring my bat.
Awesome. Excellent. Good. And what's the other meaning of the word bat that we know? Nayeli. The flying mammal. A bat is a flying mammal. Uh-huh. You guys all know the animal bat, yes? Okay. So I hope that kind of helps you think about these multiple meaning words and that, right? Same word, same spelling, different meaning. Guys, I really do need you to put those under your desks. Okay, let's get them away quickly. On page 3 now, let's practice putting this skill in the context of a passage, because that's what we need to do. We need to learn how to identify these multiple meaning words in a passage of text. So on page 3, we have a passage in a box, just like we always do, yeah? And then we have a graphic organizer. Now, on the graphic organizer, there's a circle that has the word in it. What is that word? Someone tell me. What's the word?
Vessels.
Vessels. So our word is vessels. Vessels. What's the meaning of the word vessels that we're familiar with?
You're something like
Uh-huh. Jesus, do you know? What do vessels do?
they're like vessels, kisses.
Kisses. I don't know what planet you're on. Oh, in Spanish? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Shoot. Hang on. This is Miss here.
It's when we watch.
Okay, yeah. Bye. Chelsea,
Told you.
you need to take your stuff with you to the office. We'll catch you up tomorrow, okay?
Told you.
All right. What's the meaning of the word vessels?
Like a suitcase.
I know you guys said like these. Guys, there's a lot of noise. Focus with me. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Blood vessels, yes? Because I know that's what you're thinking of. Blood vessels. Carry blood through your body. They're called veins and vessels. They're synonyms, right? Veins and vessels are synonyms. But in this case, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and read the passage. I want you to find the word vessels, follow along with your pencil as we read, and circle it where you see it. I see a couple of you have actually already done that. Jesus, would you read this for us, please?
Students at Brooklyn's New York Harbor School sail right through their courses that are for special vessels they can have on experience studying subjects like marine science, ecology, math, and history. The waterways around Manhattan Island serve as their giant action-packed platform.
Excellent. All right, I noticed Jasmine, Priscilla, and Nayeli and Eric all following along, just like I asked, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Did you all find the word vessels and circle it?
Yeah.
Okay. So blood vessels. Does that make sense in the context of this passage?
No.
No, it doesn't. So we need to find a different meaning of the word vessels. Okay? So I'm going to erase the word blood because I want you to completely erase that from your mind for now. Because do the animal bat and the baseball bat have anything to do with each other?
No.
Does the animal have anything to do with baseball?
No.
No. No, they have nothing to do with each other. So blood vessels is just completely gone from our mind. Vessels is going to have a completely different meaning in this case. Okay? All right. So, give me some context clues. What's some things that are happening in this passage that can help us determine what the meaning of the word vessels is going to be? Jesus?
It says, aboard special vessels, they get hands-on experience.
So, board. Does anyone know what the part of speech of vessels is in this case? What kind of things do we usually get aboard? Like all aboard, right? Trains? So we get aboard trains. Make sure you're copying these down in your graphic organizer so we can help out that. Yeah? Yeah. So we get aboard trains. What other things do we get aboard? Planes.
Boats.
Boats. And these are all what? Nouns, verb, adjective, or adverb.
Verb.
They're nouns because they're things, right? So vessels is probably going to be a noun as well. A plural noun, right? Because it's got the S on the end. What other context clues? So we know a vessel is probably going to be one of these, but we need to figure out which one of these is going to be. And what other kind of clues do we have that will help us figure out what's happening here? Raise your hand if you find anything that might give us a clue which kind of vessel is going to be. Yeah, what? Waterways. So copy that down in your context clues box. What else? Yeah.
They get have on things subjects like
Marine science. And what did we had the word marine the other day, I think. And what does marine mean? Anyone know? That's another example of a multiple meaning word because Marines are like a branch of the military, right? But marine science is the study of animals,
the waves.
things to do with the ocean, right?